Evening. Every third Monday of the month, I kind of want to go over kind of like an editorial type video where I don't really share any kind of fictional stuff. I just kind of share my opinion on the world or the way the world works, or share opinions or my personal views on stuff. But on this month's op-ed video, I'll be talking about seasonal affective disorder and kind of how it applies to me, I guess. And before I get started, when I first heard about this kind of disorder, I only really heard about it last week. I saw the I Fucking Love Science Facebook. I don't know. It's a group. Facebook. It's not a Facebook group. It's a, I don't know what to call it. Facebook page. Shared something about the I don't want to call it disorder, but is but that's what they called it. It's seasonal affective disorder, and I think our modern society is kind of obsessed with disorders. There's everything has a disorder these days, and there's just and I never really thought it should like lay in the realm of a disorder, because it's kind of like so you're not up and chipper as you would be on any other season. So is it really a disorder? But that's what they call it, and that's what the Mayo Clinic website called it, because that's what I wrote down, the different symptoms and how they apply to me. And this thing has only affected me over the last couple years. Before, I just kind of maybe it's just that before I just kind of went along with it and never really paid attention to it. But now that I'm trying to kind of get stuff done and kind of want to do stuff, maybe it's more apparent that I'm trying to fight against this stuff. Yeah, and I realize that that going through and looking at a website and kind of self-diagnosing myself to this is kind of one of the worst things I could do. And yes, I realize that's hyperbole, and please don't give me examples of worse stuff that I can do to myself on the internet. But anyway, I'm gonna go ahead and go over the different symptoms of it's condensed down to sad, and I'm not a sad person, but we'll go ahead and go over. Let's see. First one is feeling depressed most of the day, nearly every day. I would say I'm more frustrated on a day-to-day basis. I'm not really depressed all that much. I don't know, maybe I'm just splitting hairs on the terminology there. But I can't really say like overly sad. Maybe that's not what depression is. Maybe I'm missing a step there. Feeling worthless or hopeless. And again, a lot of times when I'm going to bed, when I go to bed at night, it's I do feel kind of I don't know. I feel like I'm just going back to bed every night. When I go back to bed, I don't feel like I've actually accomplished anything with my life. So it's a lot of times when I go back to bed, it's just feeling like I'm going back to bed again. Let's see. This one is low energy, and that's mainly in the mornings and once the sun goes down at night. And unfortunately, around here, that's about 5:30 in the after evening. So as soon as 5:30 goes, I'm going. The sun like I said to a coworker, once the sun goes down, so do I. I'm pretty much done as soon as the sun is. Let's see, losing interest in activities that once enjoyed. It's not that I'm losing interest in my hobbies or anything. Even though this cosplay that I'm wanting to build on Wednesday evenings, or make the videos for Wednesday evenings, and doing the other various video types, I'm not doing them like I want to. Not that I'm losing interest in them, I just don't have the energy to get them done. Next one is problem sleeping. I don't really have this problem because once I go to bed, I'm asleep for that 8 to 9 hours that I'm asleep. See, changes in appetite or weight. That's my excuse, and I'm sticking to it. Let's see, moving on. I'll come back to that though, because I had kind of listed twice, so I'll come back to that one. Sluggish or irritated, and it's hard to tell from an inside perspective, and it's hard to tell if I'm just being irritated one day or if people are just being really, really dumb. Because people seem to be dumb a whole lot. Next one is difficulty concentrating. I do gotta say it took me about 5 hours to write this damn script, and most of it's just copying it from the Mayo Clinic website. So it's like I sit down to do stuff, and it's like, oh wait, it's been an hour and a half, but I gotta get stuff done. Oh yeah, I'm doing this. I need to work on the. So yeah, so I'm definitely getting that one. And here's something that if anybody's watching this, I'm not suffering from this one. It's thoughts of death or suicide. I don't really think of death all that often, and suicide isn't anything I'm struggling with. So. Be at peace with that. I'm not having troubles with that. Let's see. Another one is heavy, leaden feeling in arms or legs, and that is mostly in the morning. When I wake up in the morning, I keep seeing videos of sleep paralysis, but I don't get that. I kind of get like momentum issues. I don't want to call it. It's like trying to get up in the morning. It's just like moving through pudding, and then at the evening once the sun goes down about 5:45, it's just that same feeling, just trying to get moving, and it just kind of like can't move. Oversleeping is the next symptom, and I don't really oversleep because I'm getting the 8 to 9 hours a night that is typical for some man my age. But the problem is, at night I'm not getting anything done, so I stay up late. It's kind of a paradox, I guess you can call it, because I'm not getting anything done, so I try to stay up later to get more stuff done, but all I end up doing is kind of staring at the wall. I'm trying to get this done, but I'm not doing it. So eventually I just get so tired I have to go to bed anyway, and that's usually about midnight or 1 in the morning, and then I sleep past when I want to get up. Change in appetite to crave more carbohydrates. Even though I bought all this food and I cooked it up and put it up in the freezer, and I want to do this freezer dinner meals, I do tend to I'm buying food at work every day, to buying groceries every single day still. I think that's more of a personal discipline issue, because I have food at home and I'm buying more food, so I need to work on that. It's just that the food that I've bought doesn't really seem all that appetizing. And before you say anything, yes, I am a fairly decent cook, and I can cook a decent meal. It's just the stuff I cooked doesn't seem very appealing. Let's see. Risk factors of social affective disorder. The first one listed is being female. Be nice. I am a guy. But that's maybe it just affects. Apparently, it just affects the women more than guys. See, it says age is also a factor. Younger people have a harder time, according to the Mayo Clinic website. I don't know. I'll be 30 in 6 months. That's a scary thought too. That is a scary thought. Anyway, yeah. So I don't know if that I'm not 30 yet is kind of driving towards that. A family history of seasonal affective and also depression and bipolar, and is also a risk factor of this. And I do have some family members that do have issues with depression, and also bipolar family members, and also having personally having having clinical excuse me, and also personally having clinical depression. It can also exacerbate seasonal affective. I haven't been diagnosed with depression, although I've never been to the doctor to be diagnosed. I don't think I am. I don't want to say I am, but that's just some of the risk factors. Also, living away from the equator. Here in Kansas, I'm at close to the 38th parallel, so I don't know if that's considered far away. Oh well. Complications of seasonal affective disorder, suicidal thoughts. I can see a lot of people having trouble with suicidal thoughts. I've been lucky enough not to have to struggle with that. Condolences to anybody who has to deal with that. I'm sorry if anybody had to, family members for that. Social withdrawal. Unfortunately, I'm not a very sociable person, so I can't really say I'm withdrawing from social activities to begin with. But anyway, so school or work problems. I don't really seem to have any trouble with my quote real job at the store, but this YouTube career that I'm trying to build is not getting the focus it needs to get because I'm not working on the cosplays, and I'm not working on the different, like, playing video games that I want to review or anything like that. I'm just not getting focused on that. Let's see. Also, another one is substance abuse is another complication of this disorder. I don't want to call it disorder, but because it affects me. But anyway, but I've never really done any drugs. Every once in a while I'll pick up some beer, but I've never felt the need, like strong need for alcohol. In fact, people say they need a beer after work. I've never really felt that. Maybe like once or twice, but nothing like, I don't need a beer to get by a night. In fact, the only chemical I really felt a need for is caffeine, which I need to break because, one, I hate I hate coffee, and two, soda is not very good for you. See, and I just did like an afternoon of research on this, so I'm nowhere near professional or any kind of source on this, because this is all just the Mayo Clinic's website that I'm just jacking all this information from. But I kind of hope other videos and all the subsequent op-ed videos are considerably well done, more better done than this. More better, dear lords. But the Mayo Clinic website suggests that doctors, you should consult your doctor if you have a lot of if the depression thoughts of depression like lasts for several days, or if you're dealing with substance abuse or suicidal thoughts. Go ahead and talk to your doctor. I'm not gonna seek medical attention for this because I feel that, and not to despair against anybody who actually has depression, I don't think I have depression. I just think it's, I think I can deal with this through personal discipline. I think I can kind of rise above. Not to despair against anybody who needs the medical attention. Go ahead and talk to a doctor. You need to talk to a doctor, and don't take this as medical advice. I'm just saying what I did an afternoon research on. Let's see. But what I will be doing is I'll make several lifestyle choices. For one, I'm open up the blinds during the day so I can get more sunlight in. I'll be trying to do more exercise, so I get my limbs moving, and not only does exercise increase certain chemicals in your body to improve not only mental health, physical health, but like emotional health, but also like several other good health benefits to that. There are some vitamins that improve mood and like physical health, mental health, but unfortunately they're not really tested by the FDA or some other scientific research. But just in conclusion, I don't want to use this as an excuse not to get anything done, because I feel like that's too easy to call an excuse to get to make that an excuse. But mainly, I just want to show. I just think that now that I know that this is a thing that is happening, I think I can go ahead and try to make a better life for myself, because I think before I wasn't really paying attention to it, so it kind of went off and where I wasn't paying attention. But and just to make a conclusion, I'm not despairing against anybody who actually has depression, because that is a serious. It's not just I'm going to treat it like something I can just get over, but depression isn't something. As far as I know, it's not. It's just something to get over. People with actual depression, telling them just get over it is not helping them. But that's how I'm gonna try to live my life, and I think I'm shivering and just kind of shaky a lot, but because it's quite a bit later than I want to be. But anyway, thanks for watching. On Sundays, I'll have weight loss updates. Mondays are vlogs. Wednesdays, cosplay updates. And Saturdays are fan reviews. Thanks for watching this episode, the first episode of Op-Ed. Hopefully, next subsequent videos are better, not only better practiced, but better researched and better done in general. But thanks for watching. Have a good night.